welcome to the yoga class. As you set your seated position, cross-legged, you might experiment by taking your ankles a little bit apart, and notice how that give you more chance to set your knees lower. You might push yourself forward a bit, like on your shins, and then seat back and see if that helps you to get your knees wider. Bring your hands to your knees and imagine the wall behind you that may be supporting you. If you're comfortable to close your eyes for just a moment to separate your practice, your body, your mind on the mat and the surrounding. Even when we practice at home, we still have maybe a bit of a distraction. We see some items and that brings maybe some thoughts about actions that we need to perform, or you suddenly remember you need to do something later. So closing the eyes and turning your mind into observing your breathing should help you to settle the mode that now for the next 60 minutes your mind and your body will be on the mat, and while there's of course a lot of important things around you, they can wait. Focusing on exhales, finding the pace that later you will use as your guide through movement from one position to another position. Trying to find the long exhales. Noticing the cold air coming through the nostrils in. And then we'll start some movements. We'll hold the knees and bring the chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Maybe moving the head from side to side a couple of times. Feeling the stretch on the back of the neck. Then come back into the straight spine position. Bring the hands behind. Lift the chin, squeeze the shoulder blades, press the chest up. Feel some stretch in the front of the neck. Let's do it a couple of more times. So rounding, leaning back, and adding, nodding of the head from side to side. That feels nice and gently stretch. Maybe you feel the stretch travels all the way along the shoulder blades, and then come back, and here I want you to feel your shoulder blades moving. You're lifting the chin up, but don't press the head back too far. Or feel more of a stretch from the top of the shoulder, even the biceps maybe. And one more time, let's bring the hands against the knees and lean back. If you feel moving the head, yeah, definitely move the head from side to side. And then come back, bring the hands behind, press the chest up one more time. Feeling the stretch, and then find your straight spine position. So maybe again adjusting your knees, maybe changing the position of the ankles. And let's go with a arm circles here, like you're cleaning the big window in front of you. And as you move, I want you to experiment to have your palm facing the front, and then have your palm facing their body, and see how the shoulder responds. So don't go too fast, and also notice on which point you start bending your elbow if you are, and on which point here you're finding that your palm should rotate to be or parallel to the torso, or you may turn the palm again. So you can look on your shoulder, and you can look on this bone that goes from the shoulder when you're rotating the palm. Change the direction and go a couple of more times. Also, invite yourself to go slow to feel some movement of scapula here as well. Some sensations in the rib cage. So we are locked in the lower body and operating with the arm. And let us do it on the other side. So go with the left arm and also so go a couple of times trying to keep the palm facing the front when it comes down. You're noticing that here in front of your torso, it's really uncomfortable to have a palm up. So you're naturally rotating your shoulder into internal position to go, and then when you go over, you go external. So yeah, see to which point you can get your palm facing front and when it's rotating. And again, notice how depend on how you're moving your palm, how you're rotating the shoulder, all those movements in the shoulder happening. And of course, you will change the direction. Again, experiment with rotating the palm and feeling sensations in the shoulder. Don't go too fast, as when you go fast you might not be able to notice. And let us come back. So you might feel a bit of a tightness in your mid back here. Let us bring the arms parallel, palms facing the front, and just press the palms back and feel that how the shoulder blades protract here, and feel stretch on the front of the shoulder. So go a couple of more times, and then let us release the legs and come into fold forward. You can keep your legs a little bit apart and fold forward, passively stretching this tight spot along the mid back, dropping the head. You also feel quite a lot of stretch on the back of the neck, and then come up into the seated position. I think it will be nice to hold the block maybe on the mid position in the front of you, like in between your knees. Bring your right hand on the block, take your left arm back and rotate, and keep your lift of the head up. So feel the length in your spine, and just notice where restrictions come. If restrictions comes from the rib cage, from your spine, or from your shoulder, return back and let us go to the opposite side. And notice if it feels lighter for you. So for me, the right side feels like I have much less restrictions than on the left. We'll do it one more time. Bring the right hand on the block and open the left arm back. Bring your gaze also backward, and notice if you are rounding through the mid back, how tall you could sit here with this arm position. And then bring the hand back to the block and take the right arm back. And release. Let's use this block to move it slightly more forward, maybe taking the legs a little bit wider, taking your toes out, bring the tip of the fingers on the block, and then start moving the block away from your hips and get length. Think like a block is pulling you forward. Drop the head, maybe move the head from side to side. Here you feel a lot of a stretch in the inner thighs here. Taking the breath, and then let us bring the block back somewhere in front of the mat. Let's bench the right knee, interlace the hands on the top of the right knee. So we are in a wide leg position. We're going to bring the right arm inside the knee, left arm behind, like we go into twist, and we go into the twist, but this time we are pressing the forearm into the thigh and using that as a level to rotate. Again, trying to keep straight spine, feeling some inner thigh stretch maybe. And let's release, and then bench your left knee. So in a wide position for the hips, bring the left elbow inside, use the right arm behind and twist to the right. Again, feel a lot of a stretch in the inner thighs. Feel some opening in the hip as well. And release back to the center. So let us bend the left knee, hug your right thigh, secure your shin bone, and let us go into a couple of circles of the ankle. Don't rush, try to go slow. Maybe go 3 times to each direction here. And after you finish your 3, just hold your thigh and get a couple of knee bends. So you not probably will come to the full extension of the knee here. You feel some tightness in the hamstring, that's fine. And let us change to it on the left. So hug your left and secure your shin and go into a couple of circles here. 3 is great to go to both directions. And then just hug and go into the knee bend a couple of more times. And then we'll cross the ankles and come into the tabletop position, setting the knees hip distance. And let us continue with some spinal movements here in a cat and dog stretch. So this time we have our hips free, and let us have a moment to hold the cat stretch, feeling nice stretch in the lower back, nice stretch in the neck. Using your breath here to guide you. Again, slower is better. Slower movements allowing you to allowing you real connection to your spine, where you feel some maybe tightness, maybe some disconnection to the areas where you're not really fully able to operate. And let's come to neutral position, tucking the toes and lifting your torso here. So create a nice stretch for the toes. I know this is not a favorite position for a lot of us. We'll take the arms up and bring the right elbow onto the left elbow, and then press the elbows down, feeling stretch around the left shoulder. You can move the forearms up and down a couple of times. So increasing a little bit the sensation of stretch. And then you can also move the forearms slightly left and right. But don't rotate your torso, just move a bit from left and right. And let us release the toes. Tap the toes, relax them, maybe shaking legs to release the knees. And the second set to go on the other side. So stretch your toes, bring the arms up, bring the left elbow under the right, press the elbows down. So first create compression, and then maybe move the forearms up and down a couple of times. And then maybe from left to right a couple of times. And then release and tap again. So for next one, you might want to use the blocks under your palms to give you a little bit more space. But you can be on the floor as well. And we will lift the knees to stretch the front of the feet, front of the ankle. So you're lifting the knees. Maybe some of you can go all the way straight elbows. Oh, sorry, straight elbows, straight knees, right? And stretch. So just feel the stretch on the toes. And when you come up, try your best to hold your heels together. Feel more stretch on the toe side rather than on the pinky side. Let's have at least 5. I know it's required a bit of a arm strength, and that's okay. We'll activate our upper body muscles here one more time. Let's come up and come down, and then we're gonna tag the toes and lift the knees off the floor. So coming to the tippy toes, squat. Try to lift your heels high, and then practice balance here with the hands on the knees, sitting tall, and just see if you can come up without dropping the heels and without losing your balance, and holding balance here. Squeeze your glutes immediately when you come up. Hold yourself on the tippy toes. Hold, 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 and release. So just to walk a couple of moments here, and we will use the blocks in a moment. We'll set the feet hip distance, and we'll lift all the toes, spread the toes, and then get them down in the spreaded position like you want to grab your mat. And as you do so, activate the arches of the feet. So if you have a fallen arches, so you would like to engage the feet to go slightly to the outer edges, and I want you to connect to the widest part, the ball of the feet. So we very often bring the body weight on the heels, ignoring that the wider position of the foot is the ball of the foot, and that gives us a lot of support in our balance position. So take a moment to set here, and we will come to the tippy toes. And again, I want you to focus on pressing the big toe and holding the heels straight, and come down. So go a couple of times, and you will find that you kind of want to extend your ankle, right? I want you to try your best to keep heels parallel and press the big toe, and that will be a challenge, but that's a great strengthening of ankle. And come down. One more time, we come from the floor up, and again, stability of the hips comes from the glutes and lower abdomen, and come down. We will now set the blocks like hip distance, and we will step on the block. So balls of the feet will be on the blocks and heels will hang off. And first I want you to lean forward a little bit, and at the same time press your heels. So flexing your ankle. Yeah, I also would like to make sure that you have your second toe straight forward. So don't be here. We're going to be practicing heels closer than toes later, but I want you to get your feet and just lean forward and feel some stretch on the shins, feel some stretch on the heel tendon. And here try to come to the tippy toes on the block and continue to press your big toe. Keep squeezing your glutes and come down. Let's go 3 times. And when you come down, try to hang your heels as low to the floor as possible. And again, come up, pressing the big toe and coming down. And one more time, coming up and coming down. And here you might want to take the heel blocks a little bit wider, so your heels now will be inside this way, right? And we'll do the same. We're gonna come and press, so slight different position for the ankles, and then press down. And again, come up, press big toe, and come down. Notice how that you're working harder on the arches of the feet when you go here. Okay, and we'll try to get the pigeon toes, so setting the heels wider than toes. First, just hang here, feel how the ankles respond, and come up and down. Might be a little bit harder to get up first, and again feel a bit of a different sensations in ankles. Yeah, I can see that this might be challenging even to come up, much more challenging than before. Okay, and Let us come off the blocks. And here, maybe shake your legs here. Maybe stretch your toes. You might feel some tension on the balls of the feet or arches, and we'll come into standing position toward the front of the mat. And as you come to your mountain pose, I want you to focus on the feet connection and your awareness, how you're distributing the weight on your feet, how you're spreading your toes, how right now the muscles of the sole of the feet, the arches, is really engaged. You feel some burning there, hopefully. And from here, we'll go into the flow. With inhale, lift the arms up, maintaining straight torso position. Bring the palms together, hinging from the hips. Exhale, release the head all the way down. We're going to step the left foot back and we'll drop the left knee down to the floor. We're coming into 90-90 lunge here. And we'll take the arms into cactus pose, elbows 90 degree, and we'll rotate to the right. Let's hold it here and draw the line from elbow to elbow, palm to palm, maintaining the head exactly between on this line. And then release the arms, bring the left hand on the floor. You're welcome to use the block here. Bring the right hand to your lower back, tug the back toes, and lift the left knee off the floor, and continue with a twist. Notice how this position brings you some stretch on the back of the right hip. Keep your left knee straight. Exhale. Let us drop the knee down to the floor. Bring the right knee back down on the floor into tabletop position. Tucking your toes and lifting the knees off the floor. Pushing the floor, activating your shoulders and upper back. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the knees down. Stepping the left foot forward again into 90-90 lunge. Make sure that you're not extending here. You're tucking the tailbone under, bringing your elbows into the cactus pose, rotating to the left. Hold here for the moment. Again, aligning shoulders, elbows, head on the line between your palms. And then bring the right hand down. Welcome to use the block. Bring the left hand to your low back, tuck the back toes and rotate to the left. Make sure that you're not collapsing to the block too much. It's a very light support from the hand, work happening from the back leg. And let's again drop the right knee down. Bring both hands on the floor into tabletop position. Establish strong support. Tucking toes, lifting the knees off the floor, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Walk your hands closer to the knees. Lift your knees off the floor. Balance for the moment. And then trying to be on the tippy toes. Come up. Hold the balance. And release the heel. So we are finding ourselves on the back of the mat. And that's where we'll start the next flow. With inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Release. Look forward. Walk into the plank, and let's just hold the plank, pushing the floor, maintaining head parallel to the floor. Don't drop the head. Strong glutes. Step your right foot forward. You're welcome to use the block or just have a tip of the fingers on the floor. Bring the right hand to your thigh, rotate to the right. If you like, you can take your right arm up toward the ceiling. Feel a little bit more stretch into the hip area. Exhale. Bring the right hand down to the floor and step into downward dog. Readjust your distance between hands and the feet if needed. And this is the first downward dog, so pay attention on your shoulders. Find the proper alignment of the top of the shoulders here. And then look forward and flow into plank. Push the floor. And then step your left foot forward. Welcome to use the block if need, or just the tip of the fingers on the floor. Bring the left hand to the thigh, rotate to the left. And if you're ready, and if it's working for your shoulder, you take your left arm up. Again, pressing the right heel down, feeling like you're stretching the left knee away from the right heel. Stretching the area of the left hip. Bring the left hand down to the floor. Step into downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, look forward and walk to the front of the mat. Set your feet hip distance. Bring the hands on the shins and come into half fold. And here let us roll from the toes to the heels a couple of times, and then just settle yourself in a position where you feel that your body will distribute it equally here, and then unfold all the way up into standing position. Exhale. Bring the hands on the sides of the hips. Take a breath. Let's flow again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hinging all the way down. Then bring the hands to the shins. Lift the chest up and make sure that you're in a neutral spot. Let's go toes, heels together. Bring your feet together. And then bring your left hand against the right knee. Bring the right hand on the lower back and twist to the right. Keep sending your left shoulder down to the toes and keep rotating the right shoulder up toward the ceiling. Unfold back and let's exhale for the moment down. It might be a little bit more challenging to keep your feet together and hold your balance. Then lift the chest up, again halfway. It doesn't need to be parallel to the floor. What is important to maintain neutral spine. Bring the right hand against the left knee, bring the left hand to your lower back, twist to the left. Exhale. Unfold back. Exhale, come all the way down, release, and then very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, come up into standing position. Exhale, taking the breath here. So let us again split the feet hip distance, and let's bring the body weight to the left foot, and I want you to grab your right knee, interlace the hands on the shin, and really compress. So think of your thigh, right thigh, coming close to the rib cage, as high as you can. Really squeeze maximum that you can find this, because we will need it later. And then release. Let's try to do it on the left. So first establish yourself on the right leg. Lift your left knee, interlace the hands and pull the knee high, high, high. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Okay, let us come, so you are on the front of the mat. I return back on the front of the mat and let us flow. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Stepping back into plank and then coming into downward dog. And now focus on keeping your downward dog. So you're not bringing the body weight forward. Step your left foot maybe a little bit closer to the midline and squeeze your right thigh as close to the ribcage as possible. But don't bring the body weight to your hands yet. Continue to press the floor away. Continue to hold your arms into the downward dog. Then change. Bring the right foot closer to the midline and squeeze the left thigh to your chest. Squeezing, squeezing, and then reset yourself back into downward dog. Flow into plank, drop the knees, and come to the belly. Exhale. Let's bring the arms on the sides of the hips. So now shoulders are in internal rotation. And we're going to lift the chest up and lift the palms off the floor. You don't need to lift the legs. Keep your legs grounding, anchoring yourself. Try to find your back muscles to lift the torso off the floor. Exhale, come down. Bring the hands on the sides of the rib cage. Come into the tabletop position. Reset your knees to be exactly under the hips. And bring your knees together and then lift your right thigh as close to your rib cage as you can. Hold, really pull the thigh up. Engage your core muscles to hold here. Hold, hold, hold. Release the knee. Let's try the left thigh. Really try to hold, squeeze, 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 squeeze. It's really hard. And exhale. Then tuck your toes and come into the downward dog. Exhale. Look forward and walk to the front of the mat. Set your feet hip distance, hang here for the breath, and then come into the half fold. Hip hinge, hands on the knees, and then unfold all the way up. Inhale. Let's bring the hands in front of the chest. Squeeze your glutes and press your hips forward. So get a little bit of a release of your hip flexors here. You don't need to go into a deep back bend. Feel more, focus more on the thigh stretch, hip flexor stretch, a little bit of the frontal stretch. And exhale, come back. Let's flow again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Stepping into downward dog. Taking a moment in downward dog. Again, bringing the left foot to the midline. And now, bring your right knee to your chest as close as you can. And then look between your hands and bring your body weight forward. So you're in a plank with the thigh. Press, press, press into the chest. Push the floor. So try to take your knee high, high, high. And come back into downward dog. Exhale. Bring your left thigh to your rib cage. And move your body weight forward into plank. And hold your thigh really, really, really high. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it in. And exhale, come into downward dog. On exhale, come into plank. Drop the knees down to the floor. Exhale yourself down. Let us bring the arms forward into letter Y, palms facing the floor. Have your strong legs. Lift your chest, lift your arms off the floor. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Bring the hands back to the right side of the rib cage. Come into cat stretch. Tuck your toes. Come into the downward dog. Exhale. Look on your toes. Walk your hands to the toes. So you're finding yourself again on the back of the mat to drop the head down. And then bring the hands to your shins halfway. Unfold all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides of the hips, and then again we're going to bring them in front of the chest, and we'll come into a little bit of a back bend. Just more of pushing the area of the hip flexors forward rather than collapse into the lower back. Exhale, back. Release the arms. Let's flow again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Looking forward and walking your hands into the plank, all the way to plank. Squeeze your glutes, push the floor. Exhale, and move the hips up into downward dog. Adjust the distance if you need between hands and the feet. Bring the left foot close to the midline. Bring your right thigh to your chest, and here you need to find momentum. You are pressing the thigh to your rib cage, looking forward, and stepping the right foot between your hands into the lunge. So you need to find this momentum to distribute the weight forward and lift the torso up. Exhale. Let's ground our back heel. Find your front knee, and here we're going to fold forward. I want you to bring the body weight forward a little bit. Start feeling how you're pressing the heel and the ball of the front foot, finding your hamstring, and then you're lifting the left leg off the floor. Try not to collapse just to your quad, but keep working with the hamstring. That's happening when body weight comes on the heel. And then step the left foot back. Bring the hands on the floor and step into downward dog. Exhale. So let us bring the right foot to the midline. Squeeze the left side to your chest really, really hard. Then look forward and use momentum to move the body weight to the hands and step the foot between the hands. And lift the torso up. Exhale. Take a moment here and now fold forward and say bring the body weight to the left foot. And keeping the knees soft, you're lifting the right leg off the floor, but keep it strong. Don't have it relax here. And then step the right foot back again. Bring the hands on the floor, step into downward dog. Exhale. On inhale, come into plank. And then drop the knees, exhale, come down to the floor. This time hands remain on the sides of the rib cage. Roll the shoulders back, point the toes. Inhale, come into cobra. And then exhale, come to the child pose. Bringing the arms on the side, giving a bit of a shoulder and wrist rest here. And then lift your chest up and find yourself sitting on your left hip and your right foot in front. Yeah, so yeah, very comfortable position. Very often we sit like that on the floor. So one knee bent, shin on the floor and the right foot forward. And now I want you to find where you need to adjust your right foot. Maybe move it slightly forward, engage your core, and find the momentum to lift your hips off the floor. If you need a bit of a push, that's fine. And come down. Let's try it again. So you need to use your front leg, and you need to use your core to get the momentum. So when you're ready, so think of pressing the right heel and lift your hips off the floor. And come down. And we'll find, if you need a bit of a push with the left hand, that's fine. But start finding this. This is a combination of a hip flexor strength, glute strength, and your hamstring strength. So when you're ready, push yourself up. And let's come down. So let us try on the other side. That might be challenging. So again, it's also very important, I'm going to be in a frontal position here, that your shin is not in front. When shin is exactly in front of your torso, it's kind of a blocking your momentum. So you need to have your shin slightly to the side. That's going to definitely help you, okay? And keep the shin perpendicular to the floor. Bring the heel under the knee and finding the momentum, lift yourself up. And then come back. And we'll do it 2 more times. Come up. And come down. And one more time. When you're ready, take your time. Come up. And this time we're going to come onto the kneeling position. Have your knees a bit wider than hips. And I want you to bring your toes from side to side a couple of times on the knees. I hope you're okay with the knees. Just to move your toes one side, other side. Okay? So finding how your hips slightly rotating. And now move your toes to the right and come down to sit. So now you have your toes and ankles to the right. And now using the momentum, come up. And then take your toes to the left and come down. And then come up. And then one more time to the right and come down. So hips goes behind your left heel. And come up. And one more time. And come down. So we're going to come up again. Take your toes to the right and sit down. And then we'll come up and we'll step the right foot in front. And then we'll bring the knee back and come down. And when we come up, take your toes to the other side, come down. And then immediately as you come up, you step your left foot in front. Come up and step. And bring it back and come down. Okay, coming up, changing the heels to the other side. You're finding one side is really coming easy for your brain. Coming down. So again, prepare yourself. So when you come up to your knees, you step in the right foot in front. Come up, step the right foot. And then bring it back down. Take your time. You don't need to go as fast as I go. And come down. I want you to develop the pattern. Come up. Bring your heels to the opposite side. Come down. So now again, when you come up, you bring the foot in front. Come up. Step your foot. Bring the knee down and come all the way. Okay, so let us just shake the knees. And of course we need to come all the way up into standing, right? So we're gonna develop this pattern as well. So we're sitting on the floor, with the knees in front, heels to the right. So we know that we need to come up using the momentum and pressing the foot in front. So let us come up and step the foot in front. So your back shin is slightly angled. You need to get your shin parallel, right? So you're now into 90-90 lunge, right? So you need to adjust this position. And now you're tucking the back toes, and you're finding your left glute and your right hamstring to help you to find momentum to press yourself up. Okay, but we need to go down, right? So you're bending the left knee and you're using the front hamstring to come down. Then you need to slightly angle your shin and find your hips to come behind the heel and bring the knee back. Okay, let's do it one more time on this side and then we'll develop on the other side. So momentum up, step the foot, adjust the knee, okay, tuck the toes, using your glutes and abdomen and hamstring. Lift yourself up, not forward, but up. Now, using your strength, coming down, taking your shin slightly to the right, and finding the way to come all the way back. And then you bring your knee. Okay, let's practice other side. So coming into position when both knees are in front. Yep, and so lifting and stepping the left foot in front. So coming up and step. Now adjusting the shin, tucking the back toes, and now try not to come to the front knee, but using the core strength and glutes, pressing the foot and lift yourself up into lunge. Now going down, using the back leg, core, hamstring to come down. Then slightly angling your back shin, and you come back and bring the front. Okay, one more time. I know you probably hate me now. Okay, let us do it again. Lift and step. Adjust the shin. Tuck the toes. Lift yourself up. Down. Angle the shin. Moving the hips back. And bring the knee here. Okay, let us bring the legs in front and shake them a little bit. So relax your ankles, relax your knees. And then cross the ankles and come into the downward dog. Exhale. Long spine. And then we're going to step the right foot forward the way that we practice. So we bringing the thigh to the chest and stepping the foot and coming up. Exhale. Dropping the left heel down to the floor, but maintaining the front knee forward. And then lifting the back heel, getting hips and shoulders back to the front. And then again, dropping just working on the back ankle and the back hip, not touching the front knee. You can even have a hand inside the right knee. And again, lift it up. One more time. Dropping the heel and opening the hip, maintaining knee where it was. And then come up. Bring the hands to the floor and step into downward dog. Exhale. Stepping the left foot forward the same way we practice. The thigh to the chest, using momentum, stepping forward, lifting torso up. Front knee is balancing, right? You're controlling the knee, dropping the heel, opening the hip, lifting the heel up, bringing the right hip forward again. Opening, not dropping the knee, closing. When you're closing, hips and shoulders facing the front. Dropping the heel and lifting the hip. And then bring the hands to the floor, step into downward dog. Exhale. On inhale, flow into plank, drop the knees, come all the way down. Exhale. This time we'll bring the forearms, cactus pose, and we'll practice a variation when we're lifting the elbows and forearms off the floor, head between the arms, trying to keep the wrist straight, so don't lift your fingers. Just think of the forearms. And then exhale, come down and press yourself into the child pose. Exhale, bring the arms on the sides of the hips. Taking the breath here. On next inhale, we'll come to the downward dog. At this time, we're stepping the feet closer to each other, and we'll lift the right leg up and opening the hip. So really feel a lot of a stretch on the front of the right thigh, and then look forward and bring your knee forward into pigeon pose. Take your time to settle yourself in the pigeon pose. So we all know that we want to support and secure the right knee with a keep the right foot flexed, rearranging hips and shoulders to face the front, using the edge of the block under the seat bones, and then folding forward. You're welcome to use second block or bolster or blanket if you need, if you're not reaching to the floor. And here we'll hold that for 2 minutes. So we had quite a lot of mobility drills for the lower body. I know your mind is overloaded with all this, a bit of a challenging work. So here you want to exhale and emphasize the melting and softening in the hip area. Taking a couple of more exhales here. Controlling your left shoulder, so not letting the left shoulder to compensate the work in the right hip. Then finding your way to lift the chest, lift the forehead, release the block if you used one under the hip, tuck the back toes, come into the downward dog. So maybe walk your dog a couple of times. And then find your right foot to come on the midline, lift your left leg, open the hip. Feel a bit of a stretch, but you also can play with the right heel coming down and feel some stretch in the cuff. And then bring your left knee in front. Maybe start with dropping the left hip down, adjusting the shin, knee, ankle, and then finding your sit bone supported, setting the shin, comfortable knee is safe, locking the knee with the foot, and finding your fold if this is happening. And in your fold, you're trying to keep your shoulders aligned, so you're not tensing the right shoulder. So adjust the forearms the way that you feel that you are very symmetrical in your shoulders and hips. Your lower back, your pelvis should be pretty much flat toward the floor. Right leg is really long, relaxed. And you pressing your left seat bones toward the floor. So trying to create stretch here. But if you're high, you probably want to have some support under the seat bones rather than heading, because you might have just a bit of a too much torque in your knee. But to support the knee, remember you're not collapsing in that left ankle, you're keeping that left ankle flexed. We'll have here another 5 breaths. And then we'll lift the torso using your hands, come up, and we'll release the legs in front this time and shake the legs a bit. And then let us find our supine position. You might want to have a moment here. Some of you maybe had a bit of an uneven pelvis position in the pigeon, so you want to really get it flat here. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together and open the knees wide into supine Baddha Konasana. You can use your elbows to open the knees apart and emphasize a bit of the inner thigh stretch here. If you like, you can go to happy baby pose, a button happy baby pose. You're making sure that you're not rolling off the floor with your tailbone, getting the pelvis really flat. Keeping shoulders relaxed. So very often we're tensing the top of the shoulders again. So keep grounding your shoulder blades down to the floor. And then we'll take the legs up. We'll come to the shoelace pose for a couple of breaths. So bringing the ankles down, trying to bring knee inside the knee. Keep your shoulders again relaxed. Don't worry how deep you go, where you're holding your legs. If you're not reaching to your feet, use your shins or even just have your hands on the center on your knees. And keep your toes relaxed here. Keep your shoulders on the floor, keep your hips on the floor, and let us bring the arms in T position when the legs are in shoelace. And then we're going to start dropping the legs to the left in the shoelace. So your right shin is under the left knee, and you might want to adjust your arms to what your shoulders love and turn your face to the right. So a bit of the different stretch around the hip on the right. Depending on where you're holding your right arm, could be quite intense stretch for the whole lateral right side of the body. From the palm through the biceps, through the shoulder, armpit, rib cage, hip and thigh. So try to adjust to achieve this line of stretch. And then release your legs, release your knees, return back to the center. You can adjust yourself to come back on the midline. Maybe, feel like you need to have a pelvic tilt here a bit. And then we're going to take the legs up and bring the left leg in front of the right and bend the knees, trying to bring knee inside the knee. You can hold the ankles, you can hold shins, you can hold knees, and then relax the shoulders. So no tension on the top of the body. And then we'll bring the arms in T position and we'll draw legs to the right. So your right knee is on the top of the left ankle, and you can rotate to the left. Trying to ground your left shoulder blade, so quite intense twist. And the upper back, so remember, twist is not in the lower back, twist is in the upper back, in thoracic spine. A bit of a twist in the neck, but don't overdo the twist in the neck. Only go with your face, with your chin to the left as far as it feels right. Pressure of the right knee on the left ankle help you to create a little bit of intensity around the left hip. And again, try to draw this stretch line from the palm through the biceps, armpit, hip, and thigh. And let's release, return back to the center, reset your hips, reset your spine. We'll just get a bit of the traction for the lower back after this deep twist. We're gonna place the block under the seat bones and relax the abdomen. You can have the arms on the sides, relax the shoulders, keep the neck long, and you can close your eyes. So make sure the block is not under the waist area but under the bone, so the spine is slightly collapsing to this free space we created between the block and the mat, between the hips and the upper back. Relax your abdomen, is really soft here now. This is a very gentle traction for the spine, helping us to release any tension. If you tend to be too extended in the lower back, that it's really great to work as a counter pose for maybe a posture of your day. Maybe you're spending the whole day standing or walking and accumulating a lot of attention in this area, so that it will be a counter pose by the end of the day to release it. It's could be practiced anytime, even in the morning when you're waking up. Sometimes you slept funny and you want to create a space, or anytime during the day. We might want to adjust, so you will find if you need to adjust to lift the legs up. So sometimes block need to be just slightly lifted toward the waist area to give more support for the legs. You can have your arms on the floor, or you can lift your arms and shake them a little bit as well. You can have one last chance to pay attention to your ankles and toes. You move your ankles or bend your knees. So bending the knees is kind of a shaking. So activating lymphatic system, you can shake your legs in full, and you can have a moment of stillness here with the lifted legs. And then find your way to bring your legs down, remove the block, and see if any final movements needed before you're finding your Shavasana. Extending the legs, taking arms to the sides of the hips, taking a couple of exhales, taking any tension, any effort that needed for the practice off the mind and off the body, and allowing a moment of stillness, a moment of focus on your body, keeping this mindful connection to the body. kind of sending a message. You're going to take care of the body through the rest of the day. You will be mindfully moving. But now you're focusing on exhale, letting the breath be very light and very natural. And when you're ready to move, return the movements, starting with fingers, toes, and ankles and wrists. And moving knees from side to side a couple of times till you're ready to roll on one side, and with the help of the arm, bring yourself into seated position. So as you're coming in a seated position, we had some hip work, a little bit different than usual in some areas and some moments. So see how you feel right now. And we had quite a lot of a twist today. See how your spine feels. If you have more a release on the top of the shoulders. And then bring the hands in front of the heart. Thank yourself for being able to be on the mat and spend some time moving, developing some muscle memory into functional movements, into locomotion movements that we might use off the mat as well. I hope this practice will keep you in a positive mind through the rest of the day. Namaste.